Hello, you guys. Thank you so much for being here today. So, we are going to get started, and today we are looking at our lessons today with this beautiful my every Friday healing with Toni. I should call them, I want to say, I don't want to call them episodes or gatherings. We're going to call them gatherings. This gathering, this weekly Friday gathering that we're having. Um, I had a couple messages before we got here. I have the message of disruptions, and you might be having disruptions in your healing. That happens a lot. That's part of the process, especially people who are unhealed. They will see your healing, and they will want to tap into disrupting that healing. So that's a message for some. Another message is cleansing cleansing your space, cleansing yourself. There's so many different ways to cleanse. I right now have my incense going. I burn sage and rosemary and lavender sometimes, but I really have been more cautious on that because I want to be more eco-friendly to the plants. But those things I do grow myself, so I can go outside and pick them and thank the earth for providing those as I get those, because I do grow those, or trying to source them locally as someone who has their own little garden and trading off. I have this big old long thing of mugwort. I don't grow mugwort, and I do grow lavender, but I'm terrible at it. And I got some from someone else that grows it locally, and just getting it like that. So, but rosemary, the rosemary grows. My rosemary grows wonderful. So using those to cleanse, you also can use, you can do like, if you want to like wipe down your space and stuff, you can use some water and salt and lemon. And that's very cleansing because lemon's purifying, salt is too, and they're very cleansing. So using that, and that's a natural way to do it. I also have my salt lamp. That's a good thing. Sound is wonderful. You can listen to, pull up sounds on YouTube. You also can do crystal bowls or a Tibetan bowl and do sound like that. You also can, plants are wonderful. Plants are very cleansing. They cleanse, of course. As I breathe out that carbon dioxide, my plant behind this, I have a plant right behind this camera, takes that in, cleanse it, but it also cleanses the dead weight energy as well. Also, yeah, that's what I'm getting. So disruptions, cleansing, but we are going to check in. My post-it note today with with our healing today is, what lesson are we currently, the collective, what lesson is the collective currently in? And one of them's be real and not perfect. So you just being yourself, just being your true, just like, I don't have to be perfect. When I come on here and speak to you, I don't have to have a full face of makeup on. I don't. Well, I don't ever wear full face of makeup. I don't even wear makeup like that. I might do some lip gloss, some lipstick, some mascara, but I don't even, wear foundation. This is just me. I just show up. So it's be real, like, and not in that way. Like sometimes I struggle with my messages because I feel like, oh, that's not good enough, or like, no, I'm not doing that, or no, I'm throwing that away because that's not, and just as long as you're coming off and you're being your true self, then that is that's going to come through. You don't have to be perfect. You want me to have those? I was going to put those. There was like a few cards, and I was going to put them all back, but they was like no, and they threw them on the all the way around, so I had to scoot back. So we're going to use them. This one is, you're born to be a leader. So if you look at, there's lotus, if you really feel like that's a lotus flower down there. And so it's, and I really like more like a spiritual leader at that. So I don't know, I don't want to say this, but if your life path number 9 or your soul urge number is 9, that is a spiritual leader number. And so that is another confirmation you can get if you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm a spiritual leader. Well, 9. So find out if your soul path number is 9 or your soul urge number is 9. Now, calculating those, I would have to get up my book and my work from my class, and I'm not going to do that, but I'm just going to tell you that I know that is a number 9 is a spiritual leader one. Okay, I don't know why that came out, but maybe someone does know their numbers in numerology, and that could help them. Or you can, if you Google it, you can get the little recipe for it. It's just like it's like your birthday, adding the numbers together. Um, but you're born to be a leader, and so maybe, and these two go really well together because it's like you have something to lead in, but you don't feel like it's perfect enough. It's not good enough, and so you're not doing it. Um, I know it's you have to get there. This one's come out a lot. We get this one a lot. Heal the oppression wound. So we do have some wounding where you held yourself back because, again, probably with childhood, some things in the childhood that were oppressed from you that you did not get, that you couldn't have. A lot with no. You know what? I looked at this picture. I always for the longest I read it as wanting something as a child and couldn't have it, and like we don't have enough money for that. You can't have that, and so never feeling like you have enough so you can get it. And that was my own perception of it because that was my own wounding coming up. But now since I've looked at that one and I know that I can have stuff and I can treat myself to things, I've accepted that. But now that I look at the picture, it's this little girl being a certain way because a parent wants you a certain way. And so you oppress that feeling of wanting to be another way. And like this little girl, she's dressed up just like her mom in a dress and heels. She has to be like really girly girl. She has to be like really dolled up. And what she wants to be is more, like more like it was when I'm growing up. We call them we said we were tomboys. More like, but I don't call it a tomboy. I don't think it's a tomboy. It's being who you want to be. So to me, it's now that I'm looking at this picture, it's being who your parents or your people, your care providers wanted you to be instead of being who you want it to be. And that is what this suppression one is coming up for me now for this collective. Remember, these messages are general. So take what you need. Take these lessons. Take this information as confirmation. Take this to help you grow and learn and build. But you have to use your own discernment and making your own choice when your own free will. Okay? So with that being said, this card affected me in a way differently where I used to look at it. I don't look at it that way anymore. Now I'm looking at it more deeper because it's for someone else. It's not for me anymore. And that's what it's saying. It's you thought you had to be a certain way, that you need to be a certain way, and you don't. And it might be goes great with this starting us out with this be real rather than perfect. You know, so where you felt like you had to be like perfect and because of a parent or so you haven't stepped up in that leadership because you don't feel perfect. So there's a couple messages there. So the main start is to be real than perfect. And so it's taking that, so you just be real, so instead of perfect, so being your realness to either that spiritual, some of you are for that spiritual, and some of you need to be real at what you want and not what your parents or your care providers wanted for you. Or you could be both of those, where you're supposed to be a leader and that leader's supposed to be this different person who's not supposed to be what their care provider wanted. And our last one is you are a master of connection. So again, Be real rather than perfect goes also with this master of connection. Connecting people, broken souls that need to come together, helping them open up. If you look, everyone's in their heart space, helping them open up their heart space, helping them heal, well, this is going to be freaking my message. Be a master of connection, connecting, us and me connecting with others as well. This can be a message. This is a message. I feel like this message for everybody who's listening. Be a master of connection, connecting with everything that's going to help you be that leader, or helping you be the real you, and not putting on this mask of perfectionism. Also helping you be who you wanted to be and not what your care provider wanted, and making connections to people that maybe you relate to more, and not to who your care providers wanted you to be around. So that was a start. That was the start of our message. So, but our message is, we're going to look at what our lesson is. What our lesson is right now. Okay, so we're going to first start out with asking, what the freak is our lesson right now? And I'm going to put that over here. What is the message for the collective right now? Actually, I'm going to do two. Ooh, we got two lessons. We have two lessons. That's why I put two tarot cards up. Now I know why. I put two tarots out. It's because we have two lessons. All right. The first lesson. We're going to put them side by side. Yes. Side by side lessons. So what's this first lesson that some of you guys are looking at? Okay. Page of Swords. So right now, some of you are in the lessons of, the page is a student. So it's learning information, getting downloads. I feel like it could be downloads. Also learning how to speak your truth. Also learning information, because the page of Swords is someone who gets information, learning new information. I feel like it's one of the lessons some of you are going through is learning new information. Okay, so that's what's coming up for some of you. I'm going to do something real quick. Give me a second. I knew I was getting one of those for a reason. Okay, we're going to put these right here. Okay, I'm going to put these right here, because we want those we want those on there. Okay, cool. All right, that's that first lesson. So some of you guys are getting learning how to, your current lesson is getting new information, learning. Really, Page of Swords is really about learning. Learning how to, also because Swords can be communication, or learning the truth. Some of you are going through lessons of learning the truth. Some of you are going through lessons of learning information. Also learning how to communicate. So there's a few things that can show up with that Page of Swords. So also it's the air sign energy. So if you think of the air, you think of more of your thoughts, learning how to deal with your thoughts, how you're thinking, your mental. Okay. And also knowledge and truth. So the other lesson that some of you are learning, you guys might be learning both of these. Some of you guys might be learning both of these lessons, or one or the other. Okay. So take it where it falls. Well, falls for you. I should say falls for you. Wherever your heart or your intuition, where your own discernment leads you. Okay? This is the Empress. Some of you guys are in... So we have a Page of Swords and we have an Empress. No, I'm not comparing the two. I'm not. Um, so I feel with this, with the Empress, I'll put it right here because I don't know why. With this Empress, I feel that it's saying learning how to pamper yourself, because she's kind of relaxing, knowing how to enjoy life and to pamper yourself and to relax and to know your abundance and letting abundance flow around you, being in that divine feminine energy, being in the receiving energy, learning that lesson. So some of you guys are learning that lesson. And as I looked, it's 9:22 on the clock. I don't know why I did that, but I do. Sometimes I do. So now that we know we have these two lessons, let's look at what are you struggling with. Because when you have lessons, we always struggle somewhere with the lesson. And it's like, why can't I figure this out? Or what's breaking me? So what is the Page of Swords? What are they struggling with? Or Page of Swords, what are they struggling with? What is this Page of Swords struggling with, please? Okay. This is funny as this is funny. You want to know why? Because I'm going to show you what came out. Judgment came out. And I had looked on the bottom of this deck for some reason, and there's Judgment over here too. If someone's struggling with getting to their ending too, you're struggling with an ending, because Judgment is having you're almost at the end. The world is after this. We're at Judgment, then we're in the world, and then your cycle, you start a new cycle, you start a new lesson, you start on a new pathway in your journey, but you're struggling with, maybe you're struggling also with the horn. Makes me think of information, makes me think of Archangel Gabriel, something coming in. And remember, Page of Swords is information, and also that horn is speaking something. So you're having a hard time either getting information, or you're having a hard time accepting information, or you're having a hard time communicating information. Because remember, it's also communication too with both of these. And putting, Judgment has been called, something has been sounded. So putting something out there, and if we go back to these cards of you are a natural born healer, that could be like you're having a hard time putting your information out there. Or if you are the master of connection, how you're supposed to be communicating to people to get them to come together, or having a hard time with taking off that mask and being the real you, and not trying to be perfect and what you're trying to communicate. You don't have to be perfect when you communicate your things. When I'm on here, I'm not perfect. I don't even edit my stuff. I just go because this is natural me, and if I say something wrong, I say something wrong. I'm not perfect. Oh well, I don't care. I'm not born to be perfect. I am not perfect, and I accept that, and I'm okay with that. I am not Jesus. Yes, I said it. I am not him. Yes, I am. We are made in the image of God, but we are not perfect. We have flaws. We have sins. We have all of that things. And so it's about how you're putting your message out there, or how you're accepting your message, and that you're needing to do with that. So you're struggling with putting your message out there. Okay. For the Empress, what is the Empress struggling with? Okay, Empress. What is the Empress struggling with? Well, that flew out at me. Three of Coins, which we have a 3. So we have our Empress. She's a 3, right? And then this is 3 of Pentacles. Well, 3 of Coins is another 3. So, well, if you think of 33, it is and this is an Ascendant Master energy. So working with, this is how she's struggling with how she's supposed to work with others, or trusting how to work with others, or how do you put these pieces in so that things fit correctly. Like how do I do this? What's my next step? Like trying to figure out the next step in this puzzle, in the pathway. So yeah, because you want your things to line up, so you have to. Right now she's being asked to work with others, and she's struggling with working with others. So if you are this in this divine feminine energy, and you're working on being that divine feminine, maybe you're struggling right now with working with others, and maybe that's maybe to do with master of connections, of not trusting connections, or also not wanting to step up and be the leader in these connections, or even feeling oppressed like you're not good enough for these connections. Yeah. So that's the struggles we got going on for both those groups. Now we're going to look, how do we overcome the struggles? Because if we have these struggles, how do we overcome them? That give me something to help me overcome this. Maybe it'll help me. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll give me a light bulb. Maybe this will give you a light bulb moment with how to overcome this energy. That's what I want. I want you to have a light bulb moment of maybe a single word, or the picture of the card will give you that light bulb moment of what you're supposed to do. All right, my Page of Swords, who are supposed to be putting their information out there, you have to do the work. You have to sit down and make a plan and do the work and say, okay, I'm gonna get my message out here like this, or also writing it out, okay, or communicating it to, if you're also supposed to be communicating, you can also do this in writing. Maybe you're supposed to be putting out a blog. Maybe you're supposed to be putting out like a newsletter or something. Maybe you're supposed to be sending out information to other people to connect them together. Like, you know how people sends out their mass emails. That's a master of connections, sending out that email to getting the ball rolling, sending that information. But you have to sit down and do the work. You have to master your words of what you want to say. Because to me, with the Page of Swords, that means to me that's like communicating something and coming in communicating. But also we have that judgment, which is that horn. That message has to get out. Something needs to be said. But and then we have the paper and pencil, which is about messages, about writing. It's about information. So getting that information out there, writing this information, speaking this information, and working on it, getting it out there. To help you overcome this is maybe you can't speak it. Maybe the Page of Swords can't say it, and maybe that horn, you're struggling. That horn, you're struggling with the throat chakra of saying what you need to say. So to help you overcome this, write it. Maybe you're a great writer and it's better for you to write this out. And because you're struggling to say it out in words, so maybe you need to write it. Yeah, that's why writing it down, or even writing it down and practicing what you need to say. All right. So how can the Empress overcome this struggle with working with others, partnerships, and things like that? How can she? Yeah, I said partnerships. So she's struggling with partnerships. Maybe she likes being an Empress. It's like, I can get it. I 100% get it, wanting to be an Empress and not want to be bothered with no one, and just be like, I want to be my Empress and just be by myself. But it's saying she's struggling with partnerships. So how do you overcome that? How do we help the Empress overcome this, please? Thank you. She has she has 2, which I love. So we have the 7 of Staffs. To me, this is saying go within, take the time. Okay, so you don't trust the conflict, the energy around you. You see that's what that is. That's people coming after you. That's attacks. The seven of Staff is 7 of Wands. So in the end, you still have the higher ground. You still have your ancestors looking out for you. You still have the divine looking out for you. You can go within. You still have that power, and trust. This is all about trusting the divine, that you have the higher ground, that this energy that's going by you, the maybe even negativity or anything that's coming through, maybe it's coming through, but trust that you still have balance in you, and trusting the universe around you to take care of you during this process. And the reason why they're saying to trust them, to trust, and maybe it's these partnerships and working with others that you're not trusting, that you're like, and they come up and you're just like, oh my God, I don't want to deal with that. I feel like that's what's going on. You don't want to deal with some of these things, but it's saying if you can trust the universe, that you are safe to connect, that you are safe to say yes to things, that you will have a victory, because you have the six of staffs after that, right? And so, and they came up flying out together, and so, and no, these cards are well mixed up. I've used them plenty of times. So, for those to fly out together, and I wanted to take them, it's saying you will have victory, because it's saying take that time to trust. Take the time to trust the universe, what it's bringing you, the connections it's bringing you, and then you will have victory. You will be fine. Because even if you go from that 6 to that 7, it's like you had this victory, you have this win, and you can trust, and you can go to 7, or you can trust that win, or you can go backwards where you're like, okay, I have to trust my win, and then I will have another win, and I will keep winning. Okay. All right. We're going to finish this off with 2 cards. We're going to finish one with what's important about this lesson and the overall advice for it. So we're going to get 2. One for what's important about this lesson and the overall advice for this lesson. So 2 cards. One for the importance of this lesson. And the advice. They came out beautifully. Thank you. Okay, so the Page of Swords. Oh, wow. And I have a reversal, and I'm going to take it because it just felt good to take. And it's a good one to take in reverse, I feel. Okay? So the Page of Swords, where you're supposed to be putting out this message, or you're supposed to be writing a message or something. You got the importance about this lesson is that it's a 9 of Wands. It's going to help you build. I think it's going to help you when you speak your truth, and say what you need to say. It's going to help you build better boundaries for yourself. Okay, it's going to help you build. I really just feel this is about building. This 9 of Wands. You're going to be able to put up boundaries. You're going to be able to put up, get to that place where you have put in the work. And you're going up, because you went from an 8 and now you're at a 9, even though it's the 8 of Pentacles, and then you're at the 9 of Wands. But you're moving up. It's going to doing the work and putting down that effort, writing that down. Is going to help you build. It's going to build up your. It's also going to build up your stamina of speaking up, of what you want to put out there. It's going to help you build. It's going to, like with this fence, is not fully complete, but it's going to help you. It's going to help you build the fence that you want. It's going to help you build the foundation you want. It's going to help you, because if you think of the 4 of Wands, that's all a nice foundation celebration there. But this is going to, if you're at a 9, we want to build those up. We don't want to be carrying all these. You can build this, and you can put these 9 of Wands onto something. You don't have to carry. If you carry them, you get to that 10 and it's too heavy. You want to be able to put that up and leave it, and build around it, and then add as you want to. So this lesson is about you learning how to build boundaries. You learning how to build yourself up. Okay. And knowing that you can make it to the other side, because that 9 of Wands is someone who has been through so much and who has made it to the other side. And the advice for this, you have the High Priestess in reverse. And as you can see, the High Priestess is wearing blue. And remember, I talked about that throat chakra, and I thought about that throat chakra. Um, and to me, it's saying going within and speaking your own truth to yourself, giving yourself the self-confidence you need, and seeing your own truth and your own, truly seeing your own power. Because the high priestess knows her power. She knows things. And so it's time for you to go within. When I feel like this is in reverse, I'm reading this as reverse, as internal energy towards you, seeing your own truth and knowing your own truth. Okay? Um, because you don't have, and also if there is secrets, if there is some things that you're not seeing, this, it's saying with this page of swords, you need to learn them, you need to see them, and you need to take the time, you know, also by calling in judgment, calling in for help, calling your guides with that judgment as well. If that high priestess is saying something's hidden from you and you're not seeing it, saying, you know what, I'm calling judgment in, and I'm calling in Archangel Gabriel. I'm calling in the divine to help me see and find out the truth with that page of swords. Okay. So that was your lesson, is to, you know, get the information you need and speaking your truth, putting what and working on it and putting that information out there. Okay. All right, Empress. What is important about your lesson, and what is your advice? You know, what can you take from this and take it as your own, or not if you don't want to, right? So what is important about Empress lesson? Okay, we got you, Empress. Okay, important about your lesson is Seven of Swords. This, to me, this is not sneaky energy, because it's in this about this list. This is, well, actually it could be. It's two things. You can kind of see when this is being able to take back your power, because remember we had that Seven of Wands and trusting the universe, and you having victory, taking back your power, strategically taking back your power and what belongs to you, taking back your truth. That's one thing that could be going on, is you taking that power back, taking back your power, taking back something that belongs to you, and knowing that it belongs to you and you can trust the universe that it's going to come back to you. Or being able to see when someone's trying to get one on over on you, when someone's being sneaky and deceiving and conniving. You can see it. You'll be able to see it and trust yourself, and you'll be able to trust yourself with it, because you know the right people to work with those partnerships that you had above, and trusting yourself. Okay, so it's either one or two things. Some of you are, you know, taking back your power, you know, taking back that energy that belongs to you. But some of you, it's being able to see past people and their cons and their lies, right? And your advice, Four Cups. You know what this Four Cups reminds me of? This Four Cups reminds me of the Four of Pentacles. I don't know why, but it does. Probably because those bowls are circular, and it just reminds me of Pentacles. And the advice for you is appreciate what the divine has in front of you right now. Don't turn your back on the things you have right now. That's what it's saying. Just be happy and be content. Where it's maybe it's something you don't want and you're done with it, and you're like, I'm over this. I get there. I'm like, I'm done with this. But the divine is saying, just find gratitude and appreciation for what's in front of you right now, and don't turn your back to it. You know, see what's in front of you right now, appreciate that right now, and work with that until something better. Because if you look, that road goes, you know. So yeah, maybe you don't want, you know, this rice, you don't want you're tired of this rice and stuff. But guess what? After that fourth one down, when you go further down, you don't know what's down the road. So just accept what you have in front of you right now. Be appreciative of what you have right now. Be thankful. Have gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most beautiful things you can throw in your vibration besides love is having ultimate gratitude, okay? Because, oh my gosh, that's going to bring you justice. There's justice at the bottom of that. Yeah, that is the message for you. So I'm going to close this off with oracle cards, and I might read from the book. This is Sacred Medicine. I don't even know what I'm going to call this. I don't even know what I'm going to call it. Healing with Toni and I think I know. I'm going to say Healing with Toni and Knowing Your Truth. Know your truth. Yeah, know your truth. I like that. Okay, so we're going to get one for the Page of Swords, and then we're going to get one for the Empress. So you might have been with both of those energies where you need to work on both of those. Or it could have been a message that kind of flowed together and you saw it and I didn't. Or it could be, you know, just needed one thing, heard one thing, and that was it. And it can be simple as that sometimes. So what is our message for our Page of Swords? Okay, Page of Swords, you have two lessons. You have the Shawl Dancer, Wild, and then you have Roots, Reconnection. Okay. No. Oh. Is this message for... Yes, this message is for just this Page of Swords. Okay. Page of Swords. The shawl, the wild is when we dance in a powwow in a circle, we move in a clockwise motions. We start where the sun rises in the eastern doorway as it represents beginning of a brand new day. This shawl dancer appears to invite you into a new sacred dance for yourself. Where have you been playing it safe in your life? Remember when I said rather be than being real and being you than being perfect? That was your message. And that Page of Swords, that you've been playing it safe. You've been not being the leader maybe you need to be, or being working with that oppression wound where you are who your parents or your caregiver wants you to be and not who you want to be, or where you haven't connected with others because you're playing it safe. You don't want to step out of your safety zone, your safe space, you know. And sometimes, yeah, safe spaces are nice, but you have to step out of them. The healing affirmation for this is, I unravel the old ways from my system and twirl into the beauty of the new way. And then the root went, oh my gosh, you got a 10, 11. Oh man, you got two by each other. Okay, roots, reconnection. When we search outside of ourselves for belonging, connection, and attachment, we can forget the vast network of power available to us right below our feet. Look at that. That's getting grounded. This power has always extended from our ancestors to the earth. Nothing is ever lost. The wisdom pulsing right through our souls. There is potent medicine for you that lives in your blood and bones, waiting to be uncovered. There are many unseen treasures ready to be unlocked as you return to the cultural and family ties, your lineages. See, I said that all wrong. My roots and medicines, here's affirmation. My roots and medicines ways are powerful. I honor the fullness of where I come from and how that impacts the generations to come. So this is saying to tap into your power. Remember that 8, calling in judgment, also, because judgment is also our ancestors as well, can be your ancestors. Yes, I forgot about that. So calling in your ancestors to help you, to guide you into, with that 8 of Pentacles, you know, I don't know if you guys have ever done automatic writing, maybe getting messages from your ancestors through automatic writing as well. And connecting with your ancestors so they can help guide you out of some things if you want to be guided out of some things like that as well. Okay, so a message for our Empress, please. What do you want the Empress to hear and know, please? And thank you. Let's see how many cards comes flying out of me. I will take 2. I'm not taking more than 2. They know it. They know if they do 3. I'm like, no. Okay, what message do you want from the Empress to close off with, please? And thank you. Okay. Huh. Interesting. You got the ancestor card. Star Nations, ancestors. Okay, so really connecting with the ancestors in this whole freaking reading. The ancestors are showing up. 56 Star Nations. Wow. Okay. I think it is the last card in this deck. So, in our traditional stories, it is said that we come from the stars and we shall return to them. When our time on this planet is done, we travel to the star nations to become part of the beauty of the cosmos. Every night, our relatives and ancestors who have passed on watch down over us. Their sparkle bringing light through the darkness. This card brings a message from a loved one who has passed, a relative who meant so much to you. They remind you that while they are no longer present in human form, their spirit lives on in so many ways. See their face in living relatives and hear their stories they used to tell, now told by the younger generations. Watch for their presence in your dreams and listen for their messages in your times of solitude. Your loved ones from the star nations are close to you, supporting, guiding, and reconnecting to you. The memories and the bonds you shared can never be broken. The affirmation for this is, I am loved by my ancestors in the stars. Our bond is never forgotten. So, what I feel is that your ancestors are working in your favor, really, to help you keeping you safe, keeping you away from this thieving energy, bringing in connections that are supposed to fit for you and you can trust. Remember I said you go inside with this trusting your ancestors, trusting God, trusting the universe that they're looking over you. This one's Empress is all about having trust that your pathway is opening, and maybe it's not opening how you feel like it is, because you do have this this 4 of Cups here. So maybe you feel like there's nothing there, that it's not working, but it is. It is, okay? All right. So that was our message. Gosh, I said I actually should call this, by the end of this, calling it healing with the ancestors, because I feel like your ancestors are trying to get you to heal. Okay? So, and trying to help you through this healing process. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helped you in some kind of way. And if you enjoyed it, if you want to, you can comment, you can like, you can find my information down below. If you want a reading, I have different types of readings on my website. So you check out my website. You can find all that information on there. Okay? You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.